Dina Asher-Smith missed out on making the 100 meters final at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Dina Asher-Smith missed out on making the 100 meters final at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. There was a bit of a question mark after she pulled out of the British Grand Prix event in Gateshead earlier in July with a tight hamstring. But the 25-year-old was still being tipped to make history in Tokyo and first took to the track in the 100 meters heats. Asher-Smith comfortably made it through to the semifinals, but a disappointing time of 11.05 wasn't enough to see her progress into the final. Team GB will have a runner in the 100 meters final, though, as Daryl Nita made it through as a fastest loser. I wanted to come and be completely upfront with everybody on my form and life and just what has happened. I pulled out of both Stockholm and Gateshead because in the trials final, I actually pulled my hamstring at 60 meters. I tore it pretty bad and I was initially told in Manchester that it was a rupture and that I would require surgery and it would take 3 to 4 months to get back. It's been a lot to deal with because, quite frankly, with that diagnosis, I just can't go to Tokyo. So we had this whole statement ready to go, but then I thankfully went and got a second opinion and it was a slight misdiagnosis. Even though there was still a tear, it wasn't a rupture. My hamstring was still attached, so we turned over every single stone to make sure I can stand on the line. But when asked whether that meant she would be unable to compete in the 200 meters, Asher-Smith was emotional as she confirmed that was not going to be possible with the injury. "I am going to pull out," she said, before bursting into tears. "John just had that conversation with me because as the reigning world champion you just know an Olympic champion isn't too much of a further step." Because of the journey and having 3 weeks off running, a week running slowly and then just getting into spikes and going this week, then fingers crossed, hope for the best. I am really proud to have been able to execute my race and everything I've done to this point, but when you're talking about the standard I want to be at, there's plenty more championships for me to come and kill. We're in the middle of a 4 to 5 year cycle and yes, I got a hamstring tear at the most inconvenient time, but it doesn't really change the caliber of athlete I actually am, and I know if I want to try and showcase that I just need a few more weeks of power training and speed endurance. John's told me it's a no, and even that broke my heart. But he's wiser than me. It's the Olympics, but there's another one.